Aquarius, happy holidays. And listen, we have a stellium going on here in your 11th house. Now, stellium is when several planets are just grouping together, traveling together. And for you, you're going to have it in the area of your hopes and dreams, your wishes, being very socially active, happy-go-lucky. So what a month. We have the Sun, we got Mercury, we got the new moon, we got Saturn, we got Venus joining the crowd into the 1st of December. So you can see this is where the focus is going to be. And then, to add more to it, we also have Saturn changing signs this month. So that is you finalizing a 2.5-year journey, Aquarius, where you might have felt that you may not have had all the time in the world to be social because Saturn held you by the nose to the grindstone, focusing on your hopes and dreams, working the foundation of it, really mastering the skill of. So when we think about Saturn has rings, right, it might just push some of those other circumstances away while we work and we stay focused. Now this is going to give up here later the month on the 19th. And we'll move into your 12th house. So congratulations with it. You will feel that your social life is going to come back to life when we start off here in 2018. And Saturn will take a hiatus. The 12th house is all about going back over the last 28 to 29 years, normally 28.5 years, where Saturn has moved through your entire chart. Now he's going to want to do some reflections. What did I obtain? What did I reach as far as my goals? Did I do what I set out to do 29 years ago, right? So there's a lot of reflection. You're going to have a long time, ample time to go through all of the karmic situations of that cycle as Saturn is going to be powering up before he goes out into your 1st house and then start a new 29-year cycle from it. So, but this Saturn, I want to talk about it because it's super special as far as where Mercury Retrograde is this month. Mercury starts December 3rd, straight through December 22nd, and it is going to be conjunct Saturn, and so is the new moon, right? And we have the new moon here every year. We have that passage where we plant our seeds, our intentions, and so forth. But for this new moon to be empowered and infused with the energy of Saturn won't happen for, again, another 29 years, right? So your new moon is all about you putting your intentions for how you really want your next long-term Saturn cycle to look like. And to reflect where you have been, what you have obtained, or what goals are still left. You know, that's where you want to separate it and usher them forward. And Mercury being retrograde coming in here, there can be definitely situations from the past because that's what retrograde does. There could be people and circumstances from the past popping up at this time. But when we have these three together, so empowered, there's an additional layer to be added, and that is Uranus. And we know Uranus is a shaker and a mover, right? And Uranus for you is in the 3rd house. So communication, it's a golden trine. So you might hear from somebody, you might reach out to somebody, there could be communication coming in, which 3rd house is all about communication and short distance travel. It also represents neighbors and also siblings. Our closer community and all. So from one of those areas, this could be the message that you could be receiving on December 18th under this new moon with Saturn and Mercury. So it's like, oh, there's so many things now lining up for you and preparing you for the long-term new journey that you're going to embark upon, Aquarius. Now Venus has cruised through your 10th house for work and career here in November, and of course as it's coming now into December, it will join the crowd and the party and become more social. So it couldn't be a better time for you to really dive in. This is definitely going to be a month where I think you're going to be the it person, because you're going to be appearing at parties. You know, it could be holidays, parties, office parties, and whatnot. The 11th house is extremely social. Venus is going to enjoy it because you, well, not all of you, of course, but many of you have had to sacrifice that interaction. So I think you're really going to welcome it. We have Mars, which has been now in November, partially also October. Can I say that one more time? Also October, in the sign of Libra. So Mars has been balancing to and from what is too much, what is too little, what is fair, unfair. You trying to figure out all the preparation for where Mars is aiming at, which is your 10th house for career. Now this will take place December 9th. And so whatever you've been working on the last couple of months, I feel has a lot to do with what you will be able to achieve as far as your goals, career-wise, when Mars enters into this area. So December 9th onwards, this is what you're going to see is going to power up. It's your dedication. It is the goals that you're reaching. I really love when Mars is going to meet up with Jupiter, which isn't quite yet. So whatever you do now and into January when the two of them meet, I feel your preparation, if done well, you can receive something just absolutely awesome. Jupiter will open up doors for you. You know, you have a whole year where you will have the support to expand. People in high places will have your back. You got that here where people are seeing what you have been doing. Jupiter hasn't been here for 12 years, so you've worked your way up the ladder, and this is where you are right now. Important people will see it. Action will come in with certain influences there in January. So, my goodness, how can you not celebrate December and coming into 2018? What a way to start the new year. So, the full moon will be 11 degrees in Gemini, which for you is in your creative self-expression area. Okay, so, and children is also represented here, and also anything romantic. So on the 3rd, you should set off some time to just see what can unfold for a good, happy, pleasant time. You're going to be the center stage of that romantic or self-expressive scene. Now, nothing can really manifest in the 3D world without us seeing it, you know, first. It all starts with vision, and of course it can take time to take it from the level of vision into the manifestation process. But when Jupiter and Neptune comes together in a golden trine like it does on December 2nd, we can see the overall, we can see the alpha and omega, where we start, where you want to end, the fulfillment of this vision. And of course, some visions can manifest quickly if there's a small little project. The big ones, they take longer to manifest, so don't expect that the vision that you're getting now needs to happen this month. By no means. It could take months. It could even take a few years down the road. But as long as the vision is conceived, that is the most important thing. That's the seed that is going to grow, and you will have a beautiful vision if you pay attention to your consciousness December 2nd. So on the 6th, we have important communications coming up between Mercury and Saturn, where I feel decisions might need to be made. Now, we do have Mercury being retrograde at the time, which it did on the 3rd, and it's okay, though, to make agreements if it is something of the past, because then it happened prior to. So we're still good to go with it. The only thing under a Mercury retrograde is not to make new decisions or start a new business or to sign any new contracts. Anything in the past is fine. Mars is very supportive here on the 6th because it's 6th house, that Mercury, that communication, the decision making, the negotiation that's going on. So you will have to discern, right, what is good for you. If not, just wait to after New Year. If you can postpone, that would be the best. On the 10th, Mercury again is coming with news, this time from Uranus. So that could be something unexpected, something exciting, something electric, that could really shake up things, but in a positive way, because it is a trine, which is a golden beam. On the 12th, again, more negotiations and talks and whatnot, and it's taking place behind, I won't say behind the scenes, but in some way it is, because we have Saturn that is influencing this whole area. But I feel, you know, it's somebody around you that could be a friend, it could be associate, an affiliate, could even be a partner. Pay attention to who you're communicating with on the 15th on the 12th, straight through the 15th. This is where not only is communication coming from your essence, because it's the Sun and Mercury, but then Venus and Mercury will also come into play. And I feel there on the 15th, you're really speaking your higher truth. You're feeling that you are moving ahead. You're actually embracing and capturing the essence of what it is you're desiring. So December thus far has been absolutely perfect. We just want to get our Christmas shopping done as soon as possible, and hopefully before December 3rd because of the retrograde, but the month is smooth. On the 16th, I feel you could come to surprise somebody. Maybe somebody's going to surprise you. Maybe you're going to be contacted by somebody you haven't seen or heard from for a long, long time. This is the surprise of the Sun and Uranus, but think about Mercury too, right? So that could be people from the past. On the 20th, there is love, romance, money, also in a surprising way coming to you. If you've been waiting for a payout that you didn't get, well, maybe that could be what this surprise is all about. But it could also be visitors coming unexpectedly, knocking on your door, or maybe you're setting out to surprise somebody else in that sense. And then, of course, it could be siblings, too. Especially if they live out of town, because we're looking at short distance travel. That is where Uranus currently is. The 20th, love, romance, I feel it's a day of celebration, and of course we are into the holidays. We're not really there at Christmas Day quite yet, and of course in Europe we've got Christmas Eve being celebrated, but you know it's coming together, grouping, partying. Your 3rd and 11th house, they're like lit up like a Christmas tree, so you are going to go from one party to another. Having all of that going on in that social aspect, you're it, Aquarius. Of all the 12 signs in the zodiac, you're the it person when it comes to being the social butterfly. On the 21st, I feel, yes, here's a decision coming in. It could have to do also with parents, some decision or communication, maybe agreeing on doing something in a certain way. I feel you're really focused on it, and this is leading you up to the 25th, Christmas Day for you guys here in the States. Venus and Saturn, they're conjunct. Saturn has moved out, you know, of your 11th house, sitting on the cusp of the 12th. This is where Venus is going to be joining. So both of them together, you're going to feel it's like this deep inhale of, wow, what a month. So many things to celebrate, so many people you've seen and engaged with, and now it's like, now we can take a deep breath and celebrate Christmas. So there's a calm coming in, and Venus will be transiting here for the rest of the month into January before it moves into your 1st house. So Venus is just going to want to rest up. It's had fun, lots of fun. It's moved throughout your 11th house super fast within 3 weeks. So it's been back-to-back socialization. So great for you. But we're ending the month, Aquarius, here with a note between Mars and Neptune. Now Mars drive, it's your ambitions, it's your goals, right? And it's really aligning here again with a golden trine to Neptune, just like Jupiter was trine to Neptune December 2nd. So I feel whatever you envisioned on the 2nd, Mars is now coming in and acting upon it. It's giving it some more oomph. It's trying to now unleash some physical creative action upon it. Maybe somebody who was listening to you on December 2nd might come back around and say, how's it going with this or that? What do you think about this? You know, so you might be interacting also. But this is just setting you up for what 2018 can be, because the signature of these two, they will be there as well on January 1st. So that means that you're going to start this year not only with a regular New Year intentions, which we all do have, but you're having it with saying, I'm going to do this in 2018. Mars is right there wanting to pursue this vision, this goal. So good for you. You know, what a beautiful way to start a new physical year. And listen, guys, have a wonderful, happy holiday. I'll see you. So, bye now.